Hey, we're live. Here I am, roaming and rambling. Look at to the guy out there right now who's saying I'm shaming him because I made a short of his comment that says, ew, text-to-speech. Sir, what I am saying is I use CapCut text-to-speech, which is, it also creates the video with the royalty-free fair use images. The reason I do this is because I can't afford the $500 or $700 a month subscription for the other editors that allow me to use my own voice for text-to-speech and provide much nicer graphics. And let me tell you why I'm using text-to-speech. First of all, I'm 70 years old. I'm on a fixed income. I am not only am I that old and retired, but I also have 2 young children. Me and my wife and 2 kids, we live in a 2-bedroom apartment here. One single income. We've been doing this for 5 years or more. In fact, it's way longer than that. Since 2011, we do this for free. We create this content, we buy the equipment, we do everything. Nobody pays us. I could use my own voice. I could read that press release if you want, but this way I get to create it fresh. It's new. It's not something somebody else wrote, first of all. And second of all, being 70 years old, my sight is not that great. Okay? I can't really see. So voice to text gives me a chance to write something and say something. I'm not using voice to text now because I'm not reading a damn thing. You know what I'm doing? I'm sitting here talking to you. And I do these lives every day. And I've done them every day since 2011. Me and my son, since he was 5 years old. And then my daughter, who is now 7, sits here with me and does gaming. And we make these walk videos, these vlogs for local happenings like parades and Buster Fest and stuff like that. We've been doing this since 2011. When I do a live, I get 0 interest. 0. Nobody watches, nobody comments, nobody does anything until after the live video is up there as a video on demand. And then it can get, over a year, it can get maybe 50 or 60 views. So we get no responses whatsoever from our live videos, whether it's gaming, whether it's a parade outside the front of my house. I can do it live and nobody pay any attention. But as soon as I put this 2-minute video up, I got a response from you. Yeah, it was not a... You don't like text-to-speech, and that's great. I can understand that. I'm not necessarily pleased with it either, but neither of us is paying the $700 a month for the subscription to the editor that will allow me to do it differently. Because probably neither one of us can afford it, unless you can. And if you can, that's great. More power to you. Let me know what your channel name is, and we will give you a subscribe. But I'm not shaming you. My reply text was something that YouTube is now allowing. I can make shorts from everybody's reply, and I didn't say anything. I made no comment. I simply had the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, and it's true. I cannot always get what I want. So yeah, we have this text-to-speech thing going on because I can't see well enough to read all the time. Nobody's paying any attention to my lives whatsoever. Not a soul. Nobody ever comes here whatsoever when I'm live. Ever. Not whether I'm playing Fortnite or I'm playing this game here, which is just coming out, or we're doing Pokemon Go. Nobody ever comes and comments. They never share, they never like, they never subscribe until after the fact. Okay? But I create a short with a rock and roll song in it, or I create a 2-minute video with voice to text, and I get hundreds of views. I've got some short form content that I've created with 100,000 views in the last 3 months. But it was pre-recorded. I come here live every day and no interest. So whether you like text-to-speech or not, and that's okay, it's clear you don't. The problem is, none of us can always get what we want. But I'm an old guy here. I am trying. I try every day. I try absolutely free. And even though we are a single income, we cannot even afford afford to live in an apartment big enough for 4 people, we have money invested in doing this content. It's not free. Okay, we provide it freely to you, and this platform is free to us, but nobody's paying my bills, nobody's paying my electric, nobody's paying our internet bill. We have to have internet unlimited, which is pretty expensive in Canada. If you've ever been there or you ever understood anything about Canada, you'll know that data service is very expensive, whether it's on the phone or it's coming from your cable company. All right, you're paying. It's not $49 for unlimited internet. It's like $400 or $500 a month, or thousands a year. All right, nobody pays us for that. That's out of my pocket. We don't get no ad dollars shared, and nobody's ever paid me a nickel for doing this. Okay, we do it because we like to do it. It's what we do. It's who we are, because my background is in radio, my background is in media, my background is in television and in computers, and engineering is what I've done all my life. This is who we are. Yeah, and I'm not in camera. I could be in camera, but nobody wants to see it. You know why? I'm a 70-year-old guy with no teeth and I can't see. But I have a lot to share. And I teach my kids. I got a daughter here who could take a computer from the case, put the parts in it, put the operating system on it, and plug it in, and build you a computer if you want her to. And she's only 7 years old. That is what I've been able to teach them. They come here, they edit videos, they play games. They know this stuff because I'm able to teach them. I not only taught them how to play the game and how to log into the computer, but I taught them how to build the friggin' computer and what to look for and how to know what's wrong with it and how to test things out to find out what's wrong with it. It's what we do. This is part of an educational thing. Just because, you know, you come along, I didn't shame you because you said, ew, text-to-speech. I don't like it either. But we can't always get what we want. And you know, I could be like most of the 70-year-old people saying, self-driving cars, no, we used to, if we ever had to drive with a stick shift, you'd all be lost. Or if we ever had to do this, had to do that. I don't resist change. I'm open to it. I welcome it with open arms. I'm still trying. All right? When most are becoming obsolete and you're laughing at them, I'm still here working with AI, which includes, guess what, text-to-speech. Because a blind person could do this. How come a blind person can do this? Because they can operate the computer with text-to-speech and speech-to-text. And pretty soon, Windows is going to be doing away with. That's why they're doing with AI. You're going to be doing away with the keyboard and the mouse and the touchpad and all that stuff. You can just be able to talk to your computer and tell it what you want it to do. That's what AI is about. And all of this helps them develop it better. It helps the computer and the software understand what I'm saying so it can know what I want. My prompts to what I'm using at the moment is ChatGPT. Sometimes I use vidIQ to write my scripts, but generally ChatGPT or Bard does it far better. And CapCut, nobody does it for less than CapCut, absolutely free. They have a script writer. I put a script in, and it puts together the music, the voice, the text-to-speech, the pictures, and everything. All I do is export it. And I got it makes me a perfect 2.5 minute video every time. Actually, sometimes it's 3 minutes, but basically, even if I've got one paragraph, it makes a 2-minute video for me. And people are watching these short form videos. It's not like I'm doing them for no reason. I can sit here for 5 hours and have this live stream, okay? No matter what I put on the screen. I could sit here for 2 hours and have this live stream, as it were. Or 4 hours or 6 hours. I could do this 12 hours a day. But no matter how many hours I do this for, nobody's watching. Not a soul. I'm going to guarantee you right now, one person is watching. That one person, and I bet you for 5 minutes. That one person watching is the person that just tuned in. That's me. So even you're not here watching my live or reacting to it in any way. So, and the camera's going nuts because it's reflecting back on itself with the live running in the live. Kind of like having audio on. Don't work out either. Get an echo. So images can get an echo too. So anyway, I didn't shame anybody by doing that live. It was I got a reaction from a short for a game for you that I do not get. I could play that game all day long and not get a single reaction. But I did that 2-minute press release is what it was, because that game's got an update. It was a press release. And I did it with CapCut, and it got a response. Everything that I do in short form that's 2 or 3 minutes gets a response. You can just look and see. Here's a game I played yesterday. I played Diablo for 3.5 hours. Here it is, over 24 hours later, and it does got 23 views, but all of those came overnight. More than 12 hours after the game was done being played. It had 6 responses during that whole 2-hour period of time. Here's another one, Diablo. Now it does have 31 views, but it's been 48 hours. It only had 3 views when I finished that one the other day. All right, here's one I did live. It was a paranormal discussion. This was 3 days ago, 72 hours, and it still only got 6 views. But my shorts, some of them, I'm going to give you this one for an example. Here's one I did on Glanmore House from Belleville. It's a museum. It's a Victorian-style museum from the 1800s in the area where I live. It's got almost 400 views in 3 days. It is my top thing, and it's a 3-minute text-to-speech video about this place that's having its 50th anniversary, and we went to its celebration and did a walkthrough. Now, my walkthrough videos did not get, my videos of Glanmore House where I walked through did not get that many views. But this 3-minute short is like 10 times more popular. And it doesn't even have any real pictures. It's just voice to text using fair use images. The thumbnail is the only real image about Glanmore House in it. The reason I do this, whether it's text-to-speech or it's me, is because this is where I'm getting my reaction. This is what's working. The shorts are working. Some of the shorts I got 50 and 60,000 views on within hours of posting them. And they're all music. It's Cool Vibes. That is our brand, at least on Facebook, not here. Obviously, this is more about vlogging than music. But some of these music shorts that I post are getting 30, 40, 60,000 views, some of them in 2 or 3 hours. So why do I do the short form content, whether it's music or it's voice to text? Because people are watching them, people are reacting to them, they're commenting to them, they are creating a community out of this stuff that maybe you don't like, and that's okay. You don't have to like it. But I do lives. I do live gaming. I do these live chats. I do these live discussions. And you know, if this is what you're really into, we're here. We're doing it. What do you want to talk about? What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? Would you like to learn how to do YouTube yourself? Because if you learn how to use CapCut and you learn how to write a paragraph, you can make these short videos yourself, 100% free, and share what you know and what you're passionate about with somebody else. That is what today is about. Everybody can make this content. Everybody can make a living. You could build an entire business out of this. Okay? An entire business. There are people who make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they use faceless content just created with artificial text and fair use images. That's it. And I mean, they're making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. You can do that. I can discuss it. I mean, I've got people already out there, that I know, that I've worked with, that do this kind of thing. I mean, you could do it without a camera. There are people who do this without a camera, and they have podcasts right on YouTube. No video at all. They just turn the camera off and talk. And they are making mega mundo bucks, because you can take that dark video and you can send it to Apple and the Apple Store and have your text downloadable there, and you can charge for it on Amazon as a podcast, and you can charge for it on Google as a podcast, and have subscribers that actually pay you to listen to that if you don't use video, because podcasts don't need video. Yeah, there are people making a living from this. And I don't know what they teach in business school today, but where I come from, guys, you do what you like at home, and in business, you do what pays. And right now, these shorts, text-to-speech shorts, they pay. They're what's paying. They're what's paying the bills for. They're not paying the bills for me, but they are indeed paying the bills for YouTube. My content helps them pay the bills, because they still, no matter how many times they say, oh, we're not sharing income, I'm finding at the beginning and the end, and sometimes even in the middle of some of my videos, there is advertising. They're making money, because some of my stuff is stuff that advertisers want to pay. They want to pay to have their advertising in some of the things that I'm doing here. But I don't have the viewing hours to actually share with YouTube. They're making all the money. So this platform is free to you, and they make more money from my content showing ads than they do from somebody who they're sharing revenue with. So it's all these little guys who are not, they don't have the subscribers or the view hours, producing all this content that they don't have to pay, producing the biggest dollars for YouTube to stay afloat and alive. The big creators make huge bucks. They don't earn as much money for YouTube. They earn a big portion of it for themselves as well. And not only that, they take it to Patreon and other places. So they're taking money from the YouTube viewers at Patreon and other places where they do member-only videos, and they can upload stuff that YouTube don't even allow. So YouTube loses all that income. Here, I'm the guy providing this free service. They make all the money on my content, all of it, because I'm not paid at all. And you know how many creators are not paid for what they do on YouTube? A lot of them, and they're demonetizing more and more of them. That's right, they are absolutely demonetizing even the mid-size and semi-large YouTubers. They are demonetizing their content every day. They have to earn their money another way. And because of that, less people, a lot of the people who were out there were doing it for the income. They weren't doing it simply to get their knowledge across. And when you're demonetized suddenly out of nowhere, suddenly they were doing it for the money, so they've lost the interest. They don't do it anymore. So the content creators are shrinking and shrinking. For years, they've been telling people, don't create, it's like they told the bloggers, you don't write a blog to please Google, all right? You don't write your blog to please Google. Write your knowledge to share your knowledge, and eventually people will realize you've got good content, and they'll come to see you. If you do it to please Google, Google or you do it to please YouTube, eventually you're going to fail, because especially if you're just doing it for the AdSense dollars, because they're in control of the AdSense dollars, and they are now demonetizing a lot of these content creators and bloggers and stuff. They're just demonetizing their pages because it goes against Google's policy for some of the stuff they're doing. Or at least the AI that Google is using right now, and the new management is seeing that some of the practices that they were allowing is gutting their content. So they're doing away with it. They are demonetizing people left and right. And a lot of them that were just doing it for money, they're walking away. They are just absolutely walking away. Only the most passionate will still hang around. We have one guy here, Kensington Daily. His channel was called. He's got almost 100,000 viewers. They demonetized him 100%. He had to change the name of his channel now to Deep View Media. They demonetized him because it was supposedly harmful to children, and all he was doing was Walking Philadelphia, which there's no way it was harmful to anyone except possibly himself, and especially not to children, because he was making adult content for adults. But he is demonetized, and he is so passionate about what he does, he changed his name, and now he starts telling people to pay him through Cash App and go to Patreon and become a member so that they can get their member-only videos. He has 3 months before he can even reapply for his partnership stuff and whatnot. They don't tell him what video got reported or what videos are supposedly harmful. They give him no matter how many times he writes, they don't tell him anything. They go silent. And they do the same thing, got news for you, to their advertisers. Big companies and the big networks, they don't react to anything until a lawyer calls and says there's a lawsuit. Then they jump into motion and try to pay a settlement, a big lump sum settlement. They just go radio silent with everybody until there's a big giant threat that could cost them billions of dollars. And then they just say, we got it, we'll just throw it out. That's how all these companies, Facebook does the same thing, Twitch and Amazon do the same thing. That's why some of these newer platforms like Kix and Trovo and others are growing so fast, because they're getting tired of the changes in the older platforms. It used to be that they cared. Like, I remember when YouTube used to give you a personal manager. Facebook used to do the same thing. You would get a personal manager after you became a partner, and then they said, well, we would make a whole lot more money if we didn't have these real living people. We did it all with robots. And then we just don't reply to any questions. So now it's all impersonal. We don't matter. The content creator don't matter, but the problem is, eventually they're going to run into a wall, because without the content creator, there is no platform. Without the platform, there's no place to put their ads. And without their ads, there's no Google. There may be an Alphabet, which is part of Google. Google is a part of, I should say, because it encompasses a lot more than just Google and YouTube, and it's a way bigger conglomerate. Anyway, no shame to anybody. This reel here, now I'm copyrighted. That's not a shame to anybody for a comment. I got news for you. You can't always get what you want, and that's simply what it means. You can't always get what you want. I don't necessarily like text-to-speech either, but being 70 years old and unable to read 2 or 3 hours at a rip through press releases online live, I just showed the other day, if you'd watched the live I did the other day, but these press releases, they're not something people are going to sit here and listen to. Psychological horror anthology beer coming soon to Xbox console, big deal. And I could read on beyond and blather, blah 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 blah. Well, I get ChatGPT to rewrite the damn thing for me. Turns it into something turns it into a script that, I know you're not seeing this, but it turns it into a script that CapCut, this little program here, everybody uses it to make TikToks on your phone, also works on your PC. And they have it, you see it right here, script to video, poof. Paste the script in there and it creates an entire video for you, including voice. And I can have any voice I want. I can have an opera singer review those press releases if I wanted. You don't like it, but I'm not paying $700 a month for a service. It's free. I cannot afford $700 a month for a service. I don't personally know anybody who can afford that kind of money. On a normal household family of 4, single income budget. I mean, right off the bat, it's $2,000 a month for rent for a 2-bedroom apartment. How much do you think people make? I mean, how much does anybody think people make? Soon, we're not even going to be able to have these computers because coming in October, a lot of people are going to be disappointed. They've been putting Windows 11 on machines that don't meet the requirements. And come, I think it's 2 weeks from now when the new update for Windows comes, there's going to be a little thing in there where they have to redo do you have the TPM and all that? Well, they're going to have their computers are going to have 8 gigabytes of RAM in order to update. And some of these older computers that we use to hack into Windows 11, they are maxed out at 4. Most of them. Anything from Windows XP to Windows 7 were maxed out at 4 megabytes. So you can still run your Windows 11, but you can no longer update it after next month. Windows 12 is going to be cloud boot. Yes, Windows 365 Personal with the Copilot and all that stuff that they just put on Windows 10 and Windows 11. Copilot is about getting this all Windows boot from the internet. Right now you pay $109. You can have 6 accounts for $109 a year. And you get all the Windows 3.5 stuff. You can't yet run apps except for extensions on your browser. You can't run apps from the Windows 365 Personal. But when Windows 12 comes out, you'll have start at a minimum of 8 megabytes of RAM on your virtual Windows machine. And you'll be able to run apps and programs. And you'll be able to switch between PC and cloud. But you're going to have, and when you buy your computer, you're going to have to pay for that personal 365 account, which is $79 for an individual, $109 for a family. You're going to have that. That's going to be part of buying a computer. That's going to be how you pay for Windows 12. Windows 12 is going to be virtual. Not going to be on a PC no more. You're going to be able to have a keyboard and a mouse and a television. That's it. That's all you need. A browser that runs any Chromium browser. I mean, even Linux, you'll be able to run it on your phone. You'll be able to run it on Mac. Anything that can run anything that has a browser will be able to run Windows 12. That's going to be Windows 12. Copilot's going to do away with the keyboard and the mouse because in order to have it virtual, not everything can have it. Like your Fire Stick and stuff can't have a keyboard and a mouse. But it can have a microphone and it can hear. So if you could speak to your television, you'll be able to operate Windows 12, Windows 13, whatever generation happens to be out there from your television. Or any other monitor. I mean, just have the monitor. You don't need the keyboard. As long as you got a browser and a connection to the internet, you got a computer. That's where it's going. Passkey was pretty cool. I woke up this morning to a rude awakening. When I turned on my computer, my phone was asleep. I've had passwordless account for over a year now with Microsoft. My phone and the update the other day made everything with Microsoft passwordless. Every account that I have is passwordless. It has to be, my phone has to be near my computer to be able to log into any account, whether it's Facebook or, doesn't matter. This morning when I turned my computer on, I didn't use my phone first, so my phone was asleep, and all I got was a black screen that said, please connect your mobile device to the internet. Because unless your phone is within range on the same network, you can't boot any of your other devices anymore. Your phone is your password. There's an authentication app on your phone, and that phone is constantly connected to your devices. And if your phone moves away from those devices and off of the same network, you can't boot your computers no more. You can't boot your laptops or none of that stuff. Will go. It'll just simply say, ask you for your phone. You have to connect your phone to the same network or it don't work. So all I get is a black screen. I wake my phone up and poof, computer boots right up. Passwordless. All connected to your phone. So there is your cloud PC. Right now they've got it so that the operating system is still on the hard drive inside the computer. My computer doesn't have a TPM, but it doesn't need TPM because it has to have my phone now in order to boot. No TPM required, no TMP I should say required, no EUFI boot lock because the phone is my boot lock. It thought I had a security breach because somebody tried to boot my computer without my phone. Welcome to the new world. Welcome to reality. And it's a good thing it worked out the way it did because up until last year I didn't have a cell phone. We only had one cell phone in the whole house. Just one. And it belonged to my wife because she goes out and she does her job, and her job can be sometimes on the road. Sometimes she can log into her office from her phone if she's on a VPN, or she can log into her office with a laptop. But she can't do her job without the phone. So she had a phone. Nobody else in the household had a phone. We had one cell phone. But our cell phone today, they're working on now, I know it's in Canada and already probably moving to Europe and US and other countries, but they're doing away with credit cards and debit cards. And if you don't have a cell phone, you can't use your credit. Because your cell phone is becoming your credit card, your debit card. In case you hadn't heard, they're doing away with plastic. True story. It's happening. They were all complaining the other day on the local group on Facebook that the services to pay with debit and credit were down at the stores again. And it wasn't, they were suggesting everybody go and get cash from the bank. Some of the older people said, yes, cash is king, of course, but it's not. They're working on the systems, getting it ready so that it can be their devices. Used to be you top your credit card, now you have to top your phone. You have to have your phone or your no credit card. And your PIN is an authentication app. If that phone doesn't produce that credit card number and that authentication app doesn't authentify it, you've got a security breach and somebody's trying to use your card without your permission. And I said almost a year and a half ago when Microsoft started talking about doing this, that there's a whole new service coming out where they're going to build devices. And we used to have pagers, but now they're going to have devices that work with SIM cards. They're going to be neither a phone nor an internet device. It's simply going to be like your car fob. And if that gets in the vicinity of your devices will boot. It's going to be an authentication fob that you can wear with your keys or whatever. But if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to log into any of your devices or start your car or anything else. As it is now, if you don't have your key fob, your car won't, most new cars won't start, especially if they're electric. Newer cars don't need keys anymore. They don't operate with keys. They simply, you got your fob, you walk near it, your car will unlock for you and will start. Touch a button and your car will start. Push a button, your car will start. No more keys. So there it is. Just to let that guy know, we're not shaming you. We can't always get what we want. I don't necessarily like text-to-speech either. But these videos that I'm creating, look, I've just posted 3 of them. I got 2 views on these. I wouldn't have had nothing. I got 0. I've been here almost, let me take a look here. I've been here live with nobody watching for 36 minutes now. 36 minutes. 36 minutes. Not a soul watching, not a comment, not a sneeze, nobody's ever acknowledged I'm alive with this live stream. Okay? But I post these text-to-speech videos, and I've got views, and I've got comments, and I posted these reels this morning. Here's a reel I posted last night just before I went to bed. Ain't been here that long, but it's got almost 300 views already for Cooley from Gangster Paradise. I post these because it gets comments, it gets reactions, it gets views, and that's what we want here. We want people to come to life. You bring a friend, create a community. That's what it's about. It's not about sitting in silence and complaining that you don't like text-to-speech, or you don't like this, or you don't like that. If you didn't like it, why'd you tune in? Why did you even bother? I mean, it was obvious you were interested in what the article was talking about, and that is the key. If you didn't like the text-to-speech, you can turn the audio up and read it. And I'm not shaming you, it's just the point. I did it that way because I can do it for free. I can't afford to pay the big bucks. You know, none of these editors are free. Except CapCut. CapCut's free, but it's not really free. How come it's not free? I had to become a member of TikTok in order to be able to use CapCut. And guess what? TikTok requires me to have the phones, which most of them cost between $700 and $1,000. In our case, it's a family of 4. We have 4 phones, each one valued at $1,000 or better, just so we can use our laptops and our PCs and our Chromebooks, because they don't run no more without a phone. You can't even boot them up. And starting in a couple of months, you won't even be able to boot them up at all, because the hard drives won't be required. Your operating system is online with Microsoft or with Google, Chromium, or even Amazon. Their tablets and stuff, they have their own version of Android. It's all online. It's not, I mean, Amazon is already there. Their operating system's always been online. In case you didn't know, your Fire tablets and stuff like that, that's all online. There is no, literally no operating system whatsoever on your Fire tablet. We've got 2 of them here. And I can tell you right now, they don't have an operating system on them. Without very, very little will run on it without an internet connection. Very little. There are some games in the kids packages you can download that will work without internet. Other than that, you need an internet connection to run your Fire tablet, because the operating system is online. just like the Fire Stick. You need an internet connection for the Fire Stick to run no matter what you try to do on it, because the operating system is on. Amazon Prime is an operating system. An operating system that runs your assistant, which is Alexa or whatever you call your Amazon assistant, your Amazon Music, your Amazon Movies, your Amazon Games, Luna. It's all part of an operating system that is online. Same with Xbox. Xbox is an operating system. It is Windows. In case anybody didn't know, your Xbox X has Windows 11, but Windows 11 is online. It's not on your gaming system at all. It doesn't use a built-in hard drive for the operating system. The operating system is online. Xbox games is an online operating system. And the new Xbox is going to come without a drive or any way to plug one in, from what I can see. So you won't be able to use your old discs or anything anymore. It's all online. Just like PlayStation and the next Switch. You're not going to have any way to play your old stuff at all. They just don't. They're not going to support it no more. The next generation Switch, which is not too far off. It's all going to be online operating system. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are laughing. They can't imagine it, but it's coming. It's already here. They just don't realize it. Yeah, I just thought I wanted to get that off my chest. I wasn't the guy out there who thought, well, you're insulting me for saying that I don't like text-to-speech. No. I was testing. I am testing. I'm not stopping because what you say. That I don't, just what you say doesn't affect what I do. I'm testing Google's new reply to comments with shorts, and I did it in a creative way, and it worked. It once again got a response that I can't get. I've almost been streaming an hour and still not a single person has watched this live stream, and yet every short has had hundreds and hundreds of views. It's just, in fact, everybody has got a big surprise coming, because the new management for YouTube realizes that its short content is sucking the life out of the content, the roots of YouTube, and they're working out what to do with it. Shorts is going to be, they like shorts, but shorts can't be a part of YouTube. YouTube is about long view content. It's about movie length content and live streams and videos. It's not about a 15-second short. And they're going to have a whole separate program for shorts. Not going to be connected to YouTube in any way. Shorts that are connected to YouTube, the shorts that I'm now making from your comments and replies, they connect directly to my video. And I'm going to be making those I make those comments from my long form videos as well, provided I ever get any comments on them, and I do get them on my uploaded videos, but not my lives. All right, and those shorts that I create from that will be on YouTube, and they will link directly to the video that the comment came from, because they want to rebuild the audience for the long-form content. That's their bread and butter. It's your bread and butter. It's their bread and butter. That's how they made their money. That's what YouTube was built on. That is the cornerstone of YouTube, and shorts has killed that. And they're losing. They're losing big time because people making money on shorts don't share as much income. They get the bulk of the views, but they don't. The shorts don't share as much income back with YouTube as long income. They just don't. In other words, if Google is expected to produce its own profit above and beyond what Google and all its other businesses together, they are becoming a lower income commodity. They're losing money, almost at the point of losing money. And the amount of advertising content that they have to get is running out. There's a shortage of advertising because of the amount of shorts that people can produce. People are producing 60 shorts a day, and they got to provide advertising for all of that. And then they still got to provide advertising for long, so they got to charge less for their advertising to get enough advertisers to fill in all the hours of viewing. So they're literally, it's causing them to lose money. They cannot provide enough advertising for everybody. That's why premium is becoming a more important. I think in the end, what you're going to find is with partners, they no longer share income revenue from ads. It's going to be all subscription. They're going to share from a pool of money from premium viewers, and that's going to be it. People who make a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of viewers are going to get money from their premium viewers, and that's it. Not going to earn money from ads anymore. They're earning from premium users. If your channel has premium users and the premium user views your content, you get paid. If they don't, you don't get paid. That's what it's coming down to. Because it's easier to share subscription money that's coming in month over month, month after month, than it is to share ad dollars when you can't provide enough ads. Flood of content with the shorts. Facebook has already realized this. When they added Reels, the popularity of Reels just shot through the sky, and people started earning those stars and everything from Reels, and then they got the viewing hours to earn. They only show banner ads. They don't do actual video ads on Facebook, but they couldn't get enough, and so everything started falling to the wayside. It got so bad that they had to stop paying their partners. There was a point, not this August, but from the point of last August to January, they didn't make any payments whatsoever to content creators on Facebook. They just stopped paying altogether because they couldn't. There was no ads. They didn't have enough ad revenue to share. It was just, once Reels came in, there was so much content they couldn't generate enough advertisers to get any ad revenue. And so they didn't pay any of their content creators. Big horse model. And then they even laid off the team for their program, so that now there's nobody there running it. They laid them off because they couldn't afford to pay them either. No advertising dollars, and nobody was getting paid, including their employees. Anyway, either way, I was not insulting anybody for not liking anything. I was testing out a new idea that YouTube has, and if we don't work and test these things out, we're going to end up losing it all. Just like it's going to go right down the tubes in a big hurry because they don't have enough advertising dollars to pay for it anymore. They have to have a new idea for shorts existence or go away with shorts altogether. So the best idea for shorts is to use them interactively for comments like I just did. I didn't insult you, I just simply provided a rock and roll song that said you can't always get what you want, and we can. We can't always get what we want. I mean, Mick Jagger was a lot of things, and one thing he was right with that song is you can't always get what you want. That's a fact of life. I mean, I want $1 million of Rolls Royce and the most expensive computer in the world, but I ain't getting it. You can't always get what you want. I'm a little too old to work my way up to there. Anyway, here we're watching a walk that I actually did this walk yesterday. It was a very nice day. Today it's probably going to rain this afternoon, and then I don't know. I see that there's another heat front vortex coming, and we're going to have some of the hottest fall weather that we've ever seen. We could be seeing temperatures back up in the 30 and 40 Celsius range. And considering it's getting dark now, about 7:30, quarter after 7, that's going to be quite a feat. But we'll see come tomorrow, because it's supposed to. The change is supposed to happen tomorrow. Start to happen tomorrow, and as I look out to the forecast, there is no end for the higher temperatures for this year. For the month of October, it looks like the better part of the first 2 weeks is going to be in the 80s and the 90s. So instead of turning the heat on for Halloween, we're going to be turning a second air conditioner on. And this is a field in the neighborhood right behind where I live, and that's the crematorium, the building at the left. You can see that is the Quinty crematorium, where they burn the bodies and they cremate them after you die, and then you see the funeral homes, all the fancy cars from the funeral homes pulling in and not only bring the bodies in there to be cremated, but they come back and they get the ash remains for the funerals and the families and whatnot. So it's an interesting feature of our neighborhood, right behind the crematorium. That empty lot is going to turn in, supposed to become a subdivision with apartment buildings, towers, in fact, apartment towers, and as well as private houses. But that work hasn't started yet. About 3 years ago, they finished tearing down the huge concrete factory that was there, block factory. In fact, you can see blocks holding up the fencing there. Blocks that were in the warehouses they tore down. At the company that was here used to see some of the stuff that they used to produce came right out of these warehouses. They used it to hold the fences up. They're big concrete blocks or pillars, I guess you might call them. They use those and dig the big hole and they create a solid base for bridges. Bridge supports that they put up. Anyway, I hope everybody understands. I'm not insulting anybody. I am an interactive comment. I got all kinds of interaction from those two shorts that I'm never going to see from this live stream. As long as I've been here talking about it, whether you understand what I'm talking about or not, I could sit here and try to explain it all day long. It's all about interaction and hours watched. I need the comments, I need the shares, and whatever it takes to get those comments and shares, and you people react to the shorts, and you react to the shorter videos. I'm getting the comments, I'm getting the views, I'm getting the likes, and then I respond with more shorts to your comments that link back to my videos, and they're getting likes, and they're getting and they're getting views, and they're getting comments. That is growing the popularity of the channel. It's not an insult to anybody. What I played was a pretty decent rock classic, a golden rock classic at that. The Rolling Stones, you can't always get what you want. That's not. Does that really shame somebody? Well, if that's shame to you, put your head down or whatever, I guess. But you know, most people smiled and danced and partied hearty to that song. It's not shaming anyone. It's a pretty lighthearted fact of life. And to boot, I was replying to your comments. You don't like it, you don't like text-to-speech, I don't necessarily like it either, but we can't always get what we want. If I could get what I want, I'd have eyes that could see and a voice that could still read for hours on end, but I don't have that. Now, I said 70, but I'm really, you know, closer to 70s and 60s, so... I used to be a radio announcer, but my voice is destroyed now. My eyes are not good no more. My teeth are not good no more. I walk and I vlog with my kids, who are kids. I mean, I still got a 14-year-old son and a 7-year-old daughter. Yeah, I got older kids that are in their 40s that have kids of their own. I have 15 grandchildren too. I don't shame any of them. I teach what I know. I share what I know. And if you want to know it, if you want to know how to do this, I'll share it with you. It's all about reaction. It's all about views. It's all about comments. It's all about sharing. It's about creating a community. And I didn't shame you by making that short in any way, but I did generate a response, which is what they're looking for. It's what I'm looking for. We need the hours of view times. We need the subscribers. We need the community. It's about your reaction for better or for worse. It's about your reaction to our content. I'm getting no reaction to this content. I'm actually live now. You could say anything you'd like. I'm not shaming you. You could ask anything you like. You want to know something about YouTube? I'll tell you anything you want to know. You want to know how to get to 1,000 subscribers? That's easy. Post 3 shorts a day, something that's trending in the world, whether it's like I do, whether it's music or reactions to comments on videos. You don't have to have a reaction just to your own video, comments on your own videos. You create a reaction comment to anybody's video, you can tag them in it, and they will see that you've made a comment about their video in your short, and it's aimed at them. It doesn't. I can go to anybody's video, look at the comments, and do a reaction to comments on that video in short form, and aim it at the person that's aimed at. It doesn't have to be my video. It could be anybody's video. And it will link back to that video and it will help them. It's reaction, it's community, it's sharing. That is what this is all about. We're all sharing with each other. And if we're not sharing with each other, we got nothing here. You said nothing to feel ashamed about. You gave your opinion. That's fine. I just had to reply back with a rock and roll song to boot. It was a lighthearted response with a pretty good beat. He said, I can't always get what I want, but I get what I need. What I need is your reaction. What I need is your response to things. What I need is your comments and your sharing, your caring, your subscribing. That is what every channel here needs, including yours. You got a YouTube, you got a Google account, you're here, so obviously you've got an account. If you've got an account, then you've got a channel. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with your channel? Nothing, because you can't? Well, you obviously got some kind of a device you're working with, whether it's a phone or a computer or a laptop or a Chromebook. You too can provide content here. You can provide your own responses through shorts. And as long as you use the @ tag, at who the comment is at, they will know you made the comment. That's how I know the comments come in on my shorts and on my long form videos, because every time you make a comment, it comes up at my name, and I get a notification, and I look and I read. It's at my name. It's like sending a video email. Think of it that way. That's exactly what it is. You write me email, you might write da 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 at da 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 dot whatever, .com, .net, .tv, whatever. All right, that's an email. Well, your replies are emails to me. I don't necessarily use email. I can use email to see it, or text. They come in text form, they come in email form, and they come to my notifications on YouTube. So your comments come to me as email. Your comments come to me as text. Your comments come to me as notification. Every time you do that, bells and whistles go off. And that is what YouTube wants. They want to know that their audience and their creators are alive and they're communicating. It's not shaming you. It's what social media is about. I didn't even create an argument. I created a 1-minute production of the Rolling Stones. I wish all people were as easy as you to get a reaction from. For better or for worse, it's a reaction. And that's what we need here. We need reactions. Start your own channel. Get your own reactions the same way. Build your hours. All you need is a camera showing. You see the squirrel on the camera here walking across the top of the fence? That is generating views. It is generating watch hours. And soon it'll be generating ad dollars for somebody. Just because I held the camera and watched the squirrel run across the edge of the fence. You know, maybe everybody thinks this is silly. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong. That's what all YouTube channels are about. Even whether I was a Roblox creator, or I'm walking Philadelphia, or I'm walking New York City, or I'm playing Diablo. Everybody's out for those reactions. It's your reaction, your sharing, your commenting, and exactly when you make a comment, you are emailing. You are directly talking to me. Write it as if you were talking to me. Oh, you're shaming me. No, I'm not shaming you. I'm stating a fact with a rock and roll song. I'm stating a fact. You can't always get what you want. I can't always get what I want. I don't necessarily want that, but that's how I'm getting my reaction from people. better. You can do better by coming here and creating a community. If we had this community, right now I'm using my cell phone, so I can't see the comments, but I can flip back and I can see that I'm probably the only one still watching. I'm watching because I'm watching. I'm literally watching twice. I'm watching myself do this video, and I'm watching the video I made yesterday. And YouTube will slap my hand for that, because my view hours don't count. My reactions to myself generally don't, they do count. I can repurpose my material, but I have to download it and repurpose it. I can't watch it from YouTube. That's a no-no. I can download this and I can put new audio with it. Play it back as a live, or re-upload it with new commentary. So there's another lesson for you. If you watch yourself on YouTube, you will lose time. They will, every 48 hours, they will deduct what they imagine that you have been watching of your own content. So you will never get that 3,000 or 4,000 watch hours, because you'll make it to 800 watch hours, and then you'll do a reaction video like this, and you'll get up to maybe 950 or 1,000, and they'll take back 200 hours of watch time. So you'll gain nothing this way. I'm not gaining nothing by this way. I'm explaining myself this way, though. It was the easiest way. It's easier than downloading the content today. Sometimes these videos can take a long time to download, and I would have needed a couple of them for an hour video. And then it doesn't make no sense to play in the background unless I'm describing what's going on. I've been doing that. I'm just discussing why I did things the way they were, and why it was not shaming a person because they said they don't like text-to-speech. Well, text-to-speech is, and video to text and all that stuff, that is the way of the future. That is what's coming at you. That is what people are reacting to. You're reacting to these shorts, and you're reacting to these 3-minute videos that are in the long form, made in the long form way, and they're made with text to speech. All I did was write a script, and I put the script in, and AI created a video out of it. It added music, it added text, it added a voice for the text of the script. And all I did was export it and upload it to YouTube with a title and some keywords, or tags, whatever you want to call them. Tags and keywords are the same thing. Welcome to the world of media. This is media. This is what owning a television studio is about. We now not at the mercy of big networks. We can be our own network, our own studio, make our own television shows and our own programs and our own series. But in order to do that, we have to get reaction. What makes you react? What makes you react is the fact that you can't always get what you want. I can't always get what I want. Makes you feel like you're being shamed. You're not being shamed. Nobody's being shamed. It's not shaming somebody because you can't always get what you want. Like I said, bottle of champagne. You know, I want the most expensive computer in the world. I want a chauffeur-driven limo. I want a house that my family can fit in that doesn't cost me $24,000 or $25,000 a year to live in. But you know what? I can't always get what I want. But if I try, I can get what I need. What I need is a place to live. I got that. What I need is a response from my audience. I got that. What I need for you is to understand why I did it this way. How you can do the same thing. Everybody should be doing this. You ever wanted a remote income? You ever wanted to not be working for somebody else and at their mercy for your wages? And you can't always make a full-time income from YouTube and advertising dollars and all this stuff I'm talking about. but you can make that extra income. You can make enough to buy that dream computer and that dream phone and that extra subscription to Netflix or whatever your fancy is, whether it's Disney or... This is the train in our backyard. The first time, we live in this city here that was built, and one of the main things it was built on was railroad, and I had never got a picture of the train. I'm actually quite a distance. I'm really zoomed in on this train. Someday when it's warmer and we might get that chance, I'm just going to sit down here by the railroad tracks and just chill and wait for the train to come by with the camera running. I wish I could do a live stream. I don't have the data for that either because, once again, data is expensive. One of our phones does have data, but it's very limited data. My phone has emergency data, but it's only 25 megabytes. You barely could start it up and get all my notifications, including the one that says, "Bro, you're shaming me for not letting me text to speech." Yeah, well, it just cost all my data for the month for you to text my phone. And I'm not complaining. I don't feel any problem with that at all because essentially I use this as a Wi-Fi box. My phone is spending on my Wi-Fi right now because the Wi-Fi is unlimited. No, I'm not belittling or shaming anybody just because I posted a reply that was short with a rock and roll song. That is not shaming someone at all. That is interacting. That is an interaction between two people, which is what this is about. We're supposed to have interaction. I'm not fighting with you. I'm not yelling at you. I'm not shaming you. I'm just showing you that I'm here paying attention to what you're saying. And I understand, but we can't always get what we want. Because if we could, I wouldn't have that kind of text-to-speech. It would be my own voice, which can be provided through text-to-speech, but it costs a lot more money than I can afford to pay. The only way I can afford to pay is if we keep getting these reactions, because these reactions lead to more hours viewed, and more hours viewed leads to making some money on this content to actually get it paying for itself. Not even profitable. I don't even care if I ever make a profit on this. I would never make the money back. I mean, the amount of computers and devices that we burn through doing these videos hour after hour after hour, you would never make money back on it, ever. Ever in a million years. Never. But someday we'll be there. We'll have the hours we need to get a couple of dollars. Maybe be able to have data on our phone to do live walks. Maybe to be able to upgrade my computer. I mean, using 15-year-old computer here, guys. Face it, it's a Dell Optiplex 9020 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, and I use it for a gaming machine. I use it for my lives. I use it for editing my videos, and I'm using an Android A8 from 2019. That still only has like Android 7 on it because it can't update to anything more. It's obsolete. It's completely obsolete. It'll never be updated. It doesn't have enough memory for anything. But it's still doing this. It still does my recording my videos so I can upload them. My laptop here is an HP EliteBook. This EliteBook is older than the Dell. The other laptop we got is an Acer that came with XP on it. That's been upgraded to Windows 10. It has 8 gigabytes of memory. It's a very old Acer. This is my studio. Welcome to my life. The only other thing we got here is this fan. It keeps everything cool. Makes a lot of noise in my camera while I'm talking to you. I'm sorry if you can't understand what I'm saying, but I'm saying the truth. Look at this reaction video has 19 views. 19 views. That short got 19 views. This live stream still has 0 viewers. And this live stream's been here for hours. 75 minutes now without a viewer, without a comment, without a like, without a share, without anything. I've done this for 1 hour. Now I'm going to go back when I'm done with this, and I'm going to find a way to make another short and get some people's eyes and people's attention. It's the only thing that works today. The only thing. The reason I do these shorts is because it works. If you want something more, react to the real me. Give me the likes, give me the follows, give me the comments. There's no text-to-speech here. It's me. It's me 100%. See? Cheese. Toothless me. It's me. Live. Speaking to you. You just got a picture of my eyeball. Quite literally. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end this for now. It's about lunchtime. I hope you all have a good day. I hope in the end somebody watches this video and can understand what I'm talking about. You can see what we're up against here as content creators. And I don't know, maybe you do have a YouTube channel. I haven't checked your username to see if you even have a Google account. But if you do, you have a channel somewhere. You're either using it or you're not. But this is what we're up against. We need your reaction. Okay? And these short videos are getting your reaction. They're getting your views, they're getting your reactions, they're getting your comments. These shorts are getting views, they're getting comments, they're getting reactions. Look at 300, 115, 284. Here's one that's got 100. I've got them that got 20 and 30,000. I mean, quite literally. Here, 1,700 this month alone on this video. So Glenmore House got 1,700 views. Here, Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline got 1,200 views so far just this month. These shorts are getting reviews, they're getting reactions, they're getting comments, they're kicking butt. Leif Garrett's a reaction video I did the other day on a comment that I got on a Leif Garrett music video has 500 views. And all I did, it's a reaction short. It's not even, it's a reaction. It's a comment, just like the other guy there made. And I did a short about it. And guess what? So many people watched it. It kicked butt. It got reactions. It got comments. This is what we need to do on YouTube to push higher and higher to get into having monetization. It's It's what they want. It's what they need. It's what advertisers want. They want reaction. They don't want a channel where people, window watchers, that's what they call them. If you're not interacting with my content, you're not going to interact with an ad. There's no chance you'll interact with an ad if you won't interact with the comments of the live stream, the videos. That's how they see it, and that's a fact. If it's not something an advertiser wants to pay for, you're not going to get monetized. They're going to keep taking your hours away from you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back. See you later. Bye-bye.